no matter what happens, no matter what you hear, I want you to hit the subscribe and the like button and you share. Don't look. Don't remove your blindfold. Not until I tell you it's safe. I'm about to begin the review now. Okay, prepare yourself, guys. This is Chris with T3 Medias, and I just got through watching the Bird Box, and this is a Netflix original starring Sandra Bullock, and I love Sandra Bullock. I love mostly everything. I've loved Sandra Bullock since Love Potion #9. It's like my first Sandra Bullock movie. Sandra Bullock always brings it. She's an Oscar caliber, Oscar winning actress, and she always brings it, and she brought it in this movie. I couldn't help but feel and just this is almost as if the director or the writer of this book or the movie was all like, you know what, that movie The Happening with M. Night Shyamalan, I bet I could fix that. I feel like that's what this was going to be about. And then while the movie is going on, I'm thinking to myself, don't do that Contact thing where you go through the whole movie, the whole time of watching this thing. Everybody is at home watching this on Netflix like this is pretty good. I like what I'm seeing so far. You better show us the monsters. You better show us. And they, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it by now, spoiler alert. No, once again, no. I don't care what everybody's all the ending explained. You want me to explain the ending? You want me to explain it? It was explained in the beginning. Old boy from Get Out. He seems to be cast as the make a lot of damn sense black dude. Get your ass out of there kind of dude. He explained it in all these cultures as these demons that come off up and they walk the earth, and then they're these things that's showing you your worst nightmares or your fears or the things that you want to see or whatever it can take to get into your head. And it's just causing these people to kill themselves. The unique thing about this movie that I really liked was the fact that, oh my God. And it also reminded me about this other, what was that other movie where a plague hit the world and everybody went blind? It was the, let me see, movie where everyone went blind. What was that movie called? Blindness. This was Blindness. Well, Mark Ruffalo was in. Was Mark Ruffalo in that movie? Yeah, I forgot about that. This was Blindness meets The Happening. That's exactly what this was. I'm probably not the first person to even say that, but that's exactly what this was. And the more, the concept of the monsters or whatever it was that was causing people to do their thing, it reminded me like of a Night of the Living Dead or Return of the Living Dead meets The Happening meets Blindness. And the further, as original, as awesome as it started, there's a lot of movies like this. Oh, there was another movie where that Frequency, I think it was called, where you hear this noise on the radio and it causes you to hurt yourself. The Happening caused you to hurt yourself. But as awesome as this movie started, you start to feel like, I've seen this before. This is not the first time I've seen this. And I'm trying to set the mood. It's dark, it's late, I'm about to go to bed, but I'm watching this. I finally finished it. And I'm thinking, wow, this is a good movie. It's so good. It's entertaining enough. It keeps your attention. It keeps you right there on the edge of your seat. But when you get to the end, you're like, that's it? You said you never. The only cool twist about it was the fact that the were the mentally the insane, criminally insane were the chosen to not really be affected by it. That was the one thing I saw with the name Bird Box and the fact that you have to be closed in darkness. I mean, there's probably a lot of metaphors with that, like how birds If you cover everything up on a bird, if they can't see it, it's not there. That's probably what was going on with that. I'm thinking the reason why they're like don't bring children or whatnot. I'm thinking that the children had something to do with that other movie where it was no other children were being born. It kind of reminded me of that movie too. Throw that into the pot. It was like an amalgam of all these other apocalypse survival type movies all mashed into one. Like somebody binged watched all those movies and was like, I can make it better. I can make it better. I can do that. But you didn't really do that. All you did was you took all of those plots and you just mashed it into one movie. You made a good story. I liked it. Sandra Bullock was great casting. And I knew she was a level 7, what I call a level 7. Me and George joke about this. She's down with the swirl. I know she adopted some kids. But I could tell that wasn't acting. She was looking at him because I think she's still singing now, right? I'm thinking, man, they gonna get it on. Sandra Bullock's gonna marry a black dude. I can just feel it. I'm out the game, man. I wish I could be there for you, Sandra. But you can see it. That was not acting. He was loving that. Every minute of it. And you don't think if it was an apocalyptic situation, pregnant or not, you're in that situation, everybody. That's why Machine Gun Kelly's ass was able to get with a cop in that one. You know what I'm saying? Because, when there's no more rules, you got to make that connection some way, shape, or form. John Malkovich did a good job. He's that typical don't open the door guy. You got to have that guy. It's always one of those guys. And you got to admit, like he said in the movie, he never was wrong. You notice that in the movie. As much as he was the asshole in the movie, each and every time, he was never wrong. And it always takes a situation like that where a guy like that is like, you know what? You got to err on the side of caution, man. That dude would have lived if he would have just, fuck him. Let him be. Let him, whatever. But no big reveal. These weren't aliens. These weren't, I don't know what they were demons, I guess. They came from who knows where, from underground, from hell, another dimension. Do they come every so often, a million years to reboot and reset humanity, reboot and reset whatever's going on Earth? How long do they last? They live 5 years with babies in this situation, and these crazy fools are running around. Could you make yourself, you can make people go insane. Could you rewire your brain, make yourself go, put yourself in solitary for a while, make yourself go insane? Old boy from the Walking Dead, that black dude that went crazy. He wasn't crazy at first. He went crazy. Could he have then survived? Too many questions in this one. And people are chemically imbalanced, and they're born like that, and they're insane. People can snap. I was thinking, I didn't know what the plot was. I'm thinking that there was something going on with the kids. I thought that there was going to be a big twist where the thing that was going to save the world was going to be the children. It was very weird that dude did not slaughter those babies. Let me see the babies. Is there going to be a sequel? What is going on? Then the blind leading the blind metaphor at the end. This is too many questions. But one thing before I let it go, overall I like the movie. Maybe I'll give it, 60. If I was from a scale of 1 to 100, I'm in the 60s. I give it a D minus, maybe a 70, D minus, D plus, maybe, I don't know. But one thing I do call bullshit on is the fact that the doctor was still alive. Really? 5 years, all that stuff going on. The blind people being alive is one thing. The doctor? Come on, man. It's bullshit. I call bullshit. And then how did they know that they were the safest place in the world to be? All those theories and everything going on. A locked supermarket. I'm sorry. When the shit hits the fan, supermarkets are the first thing that's going to be ransacked. You go for the dog food. That's the last thing. Eventually, you're going to have to get to it. Everybody going to be eating it. The world comes in zombie apocalypse. Everybody's going to be eating dog food at the end of it. Everybody. You might as well get ahead of the curve. That's the first thing you go for. Don't go for the chicken. Don't go for all that other stuff that everybody else going to be scrambling for. You go for the dog food. You go for the Alpo. You go for the kibbles and bits. You go for the Friskies. That's how you survive the zombie apocalypse, the end of the world. You go for the dog food, the pet food. because nobody gonna be going for that first. And you gonna be the only one that has it, and everybody gonna want it after their food runs out. I'm like, you better get used to it right in the beginning, because you're gonna be eating it eventually. I'm telling you. That's the one thing that I've only seen that mentioned once in one of these types of movies. Another thing I call bullshit on. You got to. But overall, everything I like. Sandra Bullock being down with the swirl, obviously, of course. The monsters, I mean, you get to see them through the eyes of the insane, but they stay invisible. Contact. Bullshit. What else? The doctor, come on, man. The soldier finally biting at us almost at the very end, having that moment where he has clarity enough to, save Sandra by killing the last person before taking himself out. Maybe because going through war, you're able to focus enough, or maybe you kind of snap in your own right. I was hoping to see like a functioning crazy person. Didn't happen. This movie leaves too many questions at the end of it, and I don't like movies like that. If it's gonna be a one and done, wrap it up. Let me see the monster. I hate when they don't do that. Are you expecting or hoping for a sequel? Okay, well then, I don't know. If there's a sequel, let it just be. This could be a sequel, and just be a two and done. Figure out where they came from. Figure out how to stop it. Save the world. That's it. Maybe for the sequel. This doesn't need to be a 3 or 4 or 5. This does not need to go on. It's just too much. It's just leaving too many questions open, man. You can wrap that up. You could have wrapped that up in this one. I think it dragged. I think it started to get repetitive, and it dragged on a little too long. You could have wrapped it up at the end of this, but at the end of it was a great ending, beautiful, but it left too many questions open. That's how I feel about it. Overall, though, still like it. Gave me hope. And I like the message at the end, beautiful bird thing, with the box, and you let them. You're kind of free in your own little safe prison. Who knows, man? Who knows what's gonna happen with this? But only because of the fact that it left so many questions, and it didn't give the monster reveal. I have to give it like a D. Acting and the cast and everything, great. Execution of the story and the direction, I'm in the C and the D area right there. Overall, D plus C. I don't know. Will I watch it again? It's probably not watchable. But it is worth checking out, and I can see why people are talking about it. It is a good movie. It was good. So I wish this happened instead of The Happening. I wish it was not overall better than what I saw with Blindness. At least that seemed like it was the ending seemed more believable on that one. So I don't know, but overall, this can retcon and erase The Happening. At least get Mark Wahlberg's breathing ass out of there. So Sandra Bullock is a perfect replacement for that. But that's how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, put it in the box. Comment. Let me know if you can solve this riddle of what's going on with these demons and everything. I'm not gonna watch too many of I got it all figured out. Man, are you the writer? Did you write the script? Then you don't know. You're theorizing like everybody else. Unless you read the book and they explained it in that, or unless you know or saw the interview with the person who created the story and they're like, this is what it's all about. And if you're reporting that, then I'll take your word for it. But if you're just guessing from what you saw, you know nothing. You don't know. Unless you saw something in the background that I don't know, and you can put it in the box and tell me what I missed, then you don't know, just like I don't know. There's too many questions. That's how I feel about it. I'm wrong. I know a lot about a little, about a lot of things. But what I do know is, it's like John Malcolm, you were right about stuff like this. It's too much. There was too much going on. Moving along. Just like this is going on. So until next time, guys.